Good morning, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader. It is Tuesday, May the 27th. Time to do our daily trade plan. After the long break, Memorial Day weekend, we're back at it. And looking at the charts this morning, definitely looking at ES here as the main driver, I think, today. Again, this daily 200 on ES looks to be very, very big, and also the 58.90. And just in my analysis this morning, looking at the charts, I think that is going to be the driver for today. What do we do on the ES around this daily 200? Is this going to hold, and are we going to continue to see further upside this morning as we're seeing right now in the pre-market here around 7:30, or is this going to fall down below? And I really do believe that's going to be the driver today. That's going to give our indication of where this thing goes. Had just kind of a sideways chop here. We've broken above that 58.90. We're sitting right above the daily 100. In fact, I'm really tempted to take a long in the early morning session here, or the pre-market session. I don't know if I will yet or not, but I'm really tempted to. Kind of have a bull flag forming here. It really looks like we've got further upside, and that's why I've got the trade plan here. Is if we miss this, and if this does not wait for us at the open, there could be some opportunities for some longs on the way up if that occurs. If this thing flips, I mean, this is just so clean. It just doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how clean this is. We had these holds coming in here around the 14th and 15th of May, actually all the way here through the 18th, 19th. We flipped that 22nd, 23rd. That would be last week. We flipped that. So here we had a hold. We flip it to a rejection, and now we're flipping that. That is just such a strong a bullish move if that holds. That's what we're looking for. Break and a retest long. I really should take this trade. But anyway, that's where we're at, and I think that is the big one that we're going to be watching today. Really curious to see how this goes. Very clean, very clear, very obvious in what we're looking for here, and I think the big driver for the markets is going to be what this ES does today. If we fall below, we'll obviously look for some shorts, but we also could be resetting and seeing a potential long. If we get all the way down here to these lows, I would potentially look for a long if we do get a hold, but my chips are going to be that we're going long here off the 200 today. So, and maybe we chop around here, we get another opportunity here right at the open, because we're already up here to the 59.02s, which could be a long opportunity. Let's look at the 2-minute chart. I mean, that definitely could be a long. So anyway, let's stick to the game plan here before I get too distracted by market opportunities. On the NASDAQ, here we go. Kind of a similar thing here. The daily 200 is sitting way down here below. In fact, all the daily SMAs are sitting down here below us on the NASDAQ. Where's the daily? Yeah, the daily 50 sitting way down here. The daily 20, here's the daily 100, the daily 200. So they're all sitting way below price right now. However, right around the ES 200 and the ES 58.90 is this channel. I really should color this whole thing green for support, but this channel right here between the 21.250s and the 21.225s, you've got the same thing occurring here. Holds, turning into support, or support turning into rejection, and we're flipping that. So the play I have here on the NASDAQ, and that may be something to wait on if we don't get it on ES, but this is a really nice long setup right here. You could make the argument that you could put a level somewhere here. I just think it's a little bit too choppy. It's not as clean. I think this is a much cleaner level, and it's a safer level. If we wait for a pullback to here, then we go long. If we miss all of this and it doesn't pull back to this point and we start to just grind, there's some opportunities up here around these the highs around the 21.480s, the 21.560s. There's some opportunities to get long up there as well. We also could see a pullback into this pretty clear level down here around the 136s. That could set up a nice long. If we fall below that, I think that's short opportunity for downside on the market. So that's the NQ analysis on gold. We are still right back in the same range. Look at how I missed that big break and retest. That's where I lost that one funded account, a week ago maybe. We chopped around, we pulled right back down to it. And so the question is this going to fall through, and are we going to set up a short opportunity, or is this going to rebound and once again we go long? not something to trade off of, but oftentimes if you see the NASDAQ or ES really be strong and pushing, sometimes you see gold kind of lose a little bit of value and you start to see some decline. So, or some, you know, a pullback on gold. It's not something, again, it's not something to trade off of, but it is somewhat of a, something that I've seen a little bit. So I do want to keep that in mind and perspective, and really wait to take this long opportunity if we get a really clear hold. But it is something I'm going to watch today. You've got the daily 20 sitting here. We've got the overnight pre-market lows sitting from Friday. That is sitting right here. We're kind of, we might push that down here before the open happens, but there definitely is an opportunity here for a long trade. And we've got, again, a lot of support sitting right around this 3280 area. And if that flips and we fall down below here to the 3260s, and I think then you have your short set up. So this is what we'll be looking for. If we don't get this and we do get a big move, which we typically don't get on gold during the New York session, but if we do, breaking above the Friday's highs, that would set up another long opportunity there as well. So that's what we'll be watching on gold. On the Dow Jones, here's where we're at. Very kind of similar. You've got a pretty clear level around Friday's highs, coming in right here around the 41,860s. So if we get a pullback to there, I think that sets up a very nice long. And likewise, if we get above, I almost put a level right here. And in fact, maybe I should put a level right here around the 183s. I mean, look at how clean this is. These holds are coming in, turning this into rejection, and we were flipping that. I actually think I will. I think that would be a good level that I must have missed earlier here in my analysis. So let me just plot that one. And if you're new to looking at levels, I mean, this is really, it's not rocket science. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for consistent holds in areas, looking for that key flips. Those are things that we're looking for. Where can we set up a trade idea on specific levels within the markets that give us a good risk to reward? And again, you'd have a pullback to this level and a long opportunity of that. So, matter of fact, well, I'm going to leave this arrow, but if this sets up, that could set up another nice long on the Dow Jones as well. So we're really kind of looking for this area. We're looking for the highs from Friday. And if we continue with further upside, obviously we're going to take it. And I do look at my Dow Jones trades I look at NQ and ES as a guide before we take these. Sometimes in the past, I've taken trades on the Dow Jones without consulting with the ES or the NQ markets, if you will, and it tends to bite me. So we want to pay attention to what those markets do first. So, but again, the big analysis today is that the daily 200 on ES, the 5890 on ES, that is our watch, and that's what we want to look for to make our decisions today. Also in this morning, trade levels or market levels and trade plan. I don't do a lot of promotion, but I do want to throw out that Apex does have a 90% off sale going on until tomorrow night. 90% off flash sale. That is the best promo in the prop space that I am aware of, and I just want to make sure that you are aware of that. Code BCT gets you that deal, as well as any deal and the best deals out there on Apex and Take Profit Trader. So I just want to say thank you for those of you using my code, and again, just a reminder that that flash sale is going on now to tomorrow night, 90% off Apex. So all right, I'm going to leave you with that. Have a great trading day. Trade well, keep your head on straight. Let's make some money in the markets this week. Until next time, take care, my friends, and so long.